Welcome back to Soul Renovation. I'm Adeline Atlas, 7 times published author. Beauty may be dangerous, but intelligence is lethal definition. Beauty turns heads, but intelligence turns tables. Beauty may grant you access, but intelligence rewrites the system. True power isn't in appearance, it's in awareness. And a woman who sees clearly can no longer be controlled. Beauty may be dangerous, but intelligence is lethal. Why? Because beauty gets attention, but intelligence gets access. Beauty might open a door, but intelligence decides whether or not it's even worth walking through. Beauty may attract the room, but intelligence runs it. And that's why intelligence has always been the bigger threat. Not just to men, not just to power structures, but to any system that benefits from keeping people pretty, passive, and silent. A beautiful woman will be praised, envied, even worshipped. But the moment she opens her mouth and speaks with clarity, strategy, depth, suddenly, the room tenses. Because now she's not just decoration, she's disruption. A woman with intelligence doesn't just sit at the table, she questions the table. She checks who built it. She asks who benefits. And when the math doesn't add up, she flips the whole setup and builds her own. You want to know what's really lethal? A woman who doesn't need to manipulate, because she's mastered self-awareness. A woman who knows her worth and doesn't barter it for temporary comfort. A woman who doesn't need to be loud to be felt, because her energy carries truth that makes people sit up straighter. Beauty fades. Trends shift. But a brilliant woman? She evolves. She observes. She owns. And that's why the world's always tried to split the two, to make women feel like they have to choose. Be smart or be sexy. Be wise or be desirable. Be soft or be strategic. But here's the truth. You're allowed to be all of it. Radiant and ruthless. Gorgeous and grounded. Magnetic and mentally untouchable. Your beauty might open the door, but your intelligence decides the terms of the room. Your intelligence negotiates, protects, detects, dismantles. Your intelligence is the part of you that no one can fake, buy, copy, or steal. And that's why it's dangerous. Because when a woman starts thinking for herself, when she starts studying the game instead of just surviving it, when she realizes she can rebuild the system instead of begging for a seat, that's when everything changes. That's when she becomes ungovernable. That's when she stops waiting for permission. That's when the beauty is no longer the asset. It becomes the distraction, and the real weapon is her mind. So yes, beauty can be dangerous. It always has been. But intelligence? Intelligence is what makes you untouchable. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to flash status. You don't need to explain your glow. You've outgrown approval. You've outthought the trap. And now, you're not performing. You're positioned. So here's your reminder. Don't dim your beauty to be taken seriously. And don't mute your intelligence to be more palatable. You were never meant to fit. You were meant to shift. Be both. Be all. Be everything they warned the world about. The School of Soul Vault is my private monthly membership designed for those who are done just listening and ready to start building. Inside, you get full access to my video series, the unfiltered teachings, the strategy, the game plans, everything I don't share anywhere else. If you're ready to grow in silence and rise with precision, this is where it happens. Join the vault, monthly access, lifetime impact.